Hi everyone, Adam from Barefoot here. Thanks for tuning in to this short podcast about team coaching. I'm joined by Barefoot's Managing Director and one of the tutors on our Team Coaching Practitioner programme, Andy Chandler. Andy, hi.
Hi, Adam.
Let's get straight to it. So, for anyone who isn't familiar, what is team coaching and how does it differ from other forms of group development, like, for example, group coaching or traditional team development?
Okay, well, there have been many attempts to define team coaching, and indeed it is one of the biggest discussions that we have on the Team Coaching Practitioner programme. The definitions out there really fall into two distinct categories. There are definitions which are about what team coaching isn't, and there are definitions about what it is. So we'll start with what it isn't. It's fair to say that most people agree that it's not just team building, and it's not just the, there's infamous away days in hotels. It's not team facilitation, it's not leadership or management training, and it's not organisational development. But describing team coaching by what it isn't doesn't really sit comfortably with me and may not be the best starting point. So let's look at it from a more positive perspective. Many practitioners and academics who are active in this space say that while there are things that they agree on around what team coaching is, it's a creative partnership. That's between a team coach or team coaches and a team, and often over a sustained period of time. So it's not just a one-off hit of landing in a hotel and doing some great work together. Usually it's over a significant period of time, and it ultimately drives the effectiveness and performance of that team in relation to each other, but also to its key stakeholders. So it involves multiple learning interventions. So coaching the team together, but also apart, elements of some one-to-one coaching as well as team coaching, some facilitation, some leadership development, but all about building trust and a shared and aligned view of their collective purpose. So I think pretty well somewhere in all of that describes what team coaching is.
It's been reported by all of the major coaching bodies that team coaching is increasing in its popularity, and it's becoming a more and more appealing choice for organisations who are looking to invest in developing high-performing teams. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think first of all, it's fair to say that anybody who's a trained coach and listening into this, and anybody that's worked with leaders and managers in organisations on a one-to-one basis, there's no surprise, I would have thought, to anybody that team coaching is becoming more popular. Here are a couple of ways of looking at it. So let's start from the client side. So from the client side, organisations have never felt so complex, and neither have the turbulent environments within which they exist, survive, or even thrive. So development focused solely on individual leadership capability intuitively feels like it's missing a trick when compared to the opportunity to create highly effective teams. So these teams can add more value to an organisation and its stakeholders than I think any one individual leader could possibly do. And then there's the coach's perspective. So hopefully, if you're a trained coach, you already appreciate the difference between coaching transactionally versus transformationally. So moving from what can be seen and is said to what isn't seen and what remains unsaid. So team coaching is another perspective where you get to use a telescope, you get to use a microscope in the service of the team and the wider system that it belongs to. It's exciting, it's really complex, and fair to say it's not necessarily for the faint-hearted. However, it is exceptionally rewarding developmentally, and for me it's a labour of love. And when we've called our programme the Barefoot Team Coaching Practitioner Programme for a reason, because being a team coach requires constant practice and the ability to surrender to the uncertainty and the truly marvellous nature of working with intact teams.
Great, thank you. So some similarities there to one-to-one coaching, but I think it's fair to say that team coaching requires a different set of skills and resources. How easy is it to go from one-to-one or even group coaching to coaching teams?
It's fair to say that developing as a team coach involves lots of hard work, definitely, lots of energy, and most importantly, the ability to handle significant ambiguity and uncertainty. Now, many coaches, when they train to become team coaches, are often chasing the tools and they're chasing the resources that they can add to their toolkit. This is all well and good, and the appetite for that, by the way, is unbelievable. Like many of the delegates we deal with, the first thing they want, more tools, more resources, more frameworks. But in our opinion, what really matters is who we are and how we are, rather than simply what we do as a team coach. I love this quote that we often share, which is, learn your theories as well as you can, but put them aside when you touch the miracle of the human soul. And that's so true when it comes to teams. You can have all the plans in the world, you can have the best frameworks and the best understanding of the underlying psychology of a group or a team. But in the end, actually, what really counts is how you use yourself as an instrument of change, how you stand back and get this unique perspective about what's going on in the team and have the courage to learn when to intervene and how to intervene in lots of different ways. So it's definitely not for the faint-hearted, but incredibly rewarding.
So for anybody listening who is interested in becoming a team coach, what would you share with them about the Barefoot Team Coaching Practitioner Programme?
Well, aside from saying, obviously, come to the Barefoot Team Coaching Practitioner Programme, we've been training coaches for over 25 years, and we believe that the Barefoot Team Coaching Practitioner Programme really brings together the very best of Barefoot. So the creation of a truly adult learning environment where we embrace uncertainty and encourage, as Jack Mazzero would say, disorienting dilemmas, and we've got plenty of those. We underpin all of our teaching and learning with the fundamentals of team coaching and the psychology that goes beneath it. The learning that takes place is at so many different levels. That is, of course, the content itself, but not just the content. From other delegates, the tutors, and most importantly, from the active practice and the critical reflection that follows. So this is a highly practical course. So we expect every delegate to leave the programme capable and confident to use their team coaching mindset and skills with clients from the moment that they leave the programme.
Thanks, Andy. Super insightful. As a way of bringing us to a close, what's the question that you would like to leave our listeners with?
Well, it's less of a question and it's more of a request, really, for reflection. For many of us, I mean, whether you're looking to deepen your practice as a team coach or whether you're just looking to start as a team coach, there is a very good chance that you already have significant experience of teams. You have wisdom and knowledge that is available to you if only you took the time to reflect on your relationship with teams. So our request is to start by reflecting on your own relationship with teams. That will really help you, I think, be incredibly useful as a team coach for others. So start with that.
Brilliant. I really like that, Andy. A reminder that your journey towards becoming a team coach doesn't start at the point you enroll onto a team coaching development program. There'll be lots that the people listening will be bringing with them.
So true.
Great. Thank you. And thanks for taking the time to listen. If you're interested in finding out more about Barefoot's Team Coaching Practitioner Programme, then head over to barefootcoaching.co.uk or get in touch directly by emailing info@barefootcoaching.co.uk.